What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. It is In Your Fields with the Unk. We're back here on a Friday morning in Johannesburg, South Africa. The weather is fine. It's so beautiful outside. And thank you so much for tuning in and for joining us for yet another show. I just want to thank you for all your support. Thank you for tuning in and watching with us. And I hope you're enjoying all the programs that we're bringing to you live here from our studios in Ayrton, Johannesburg, South Africa. And thank you so much. Please do me a favor. Press the subscribe button. Just click it over there and subscribe to this channel. And share it with your friends and family because they're going to be intrigued as well as be informed of different subjects. You know, we're busy with the arts. We do music, we do sport, and the arts. And I have my co-host with me here, Jay Paris.
Yes, sir. Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world. You know, every time I come in contact with people that actually watch the show, they're like, yo, TGIF.
Yeah.
TGIF. All the time. Thank God it's Friday.
Thank
and
God
of course,
it's Friday.
Thank God I'm favored.
Yeah, Jay.
Come on.
Jay, how's things been?
That's always a tricky question.
No,
But
personally, good.
Personally, good. Everything is cool.
Yeah. Your life and so forth, but sporting front, not really.
Not really good, but it's cool.
It's cool.
There's more important things than
more
than
important
football.
things. There's more important things. And we have a bumper show this morning. I am so honored, so thrilled, so excited to finally have the incomparable Mr. Manuel. We have Malcolm Manuel in the studio with us. Put your hands together.
In these hits.
Yeah, there we go.
That's much better. Yo. I'm saying it like that. I watched you here this morning.
Come on.
Man, it's so excited to be here.
Yes,
I walked
Mel.
in here this morning and I said, man, this place is dope.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Just listen to how thug I sound.
Yes, sir.
And we're always supposed to be singing about Jesus, but we thug. But thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
I'm just loving the vibe. I'm loving the feel. This place is amazing.
Thank you so much, Mel. You know what? We're going to have a blast this morning. Malcolm is not just... Remember last time I told you, one of my favorite female vocalists that I know is Tracy, right? Yeah. One of my favorite male vocalists.
Oh, man, listen to
we
that.
have him right here. Jay,
come on,
right here
come
in the
on.
studio. Right here in the
It's such an
studio.
honor and a
And he
privilege.
hails from Johannesburg.
Hey, Unc, all our guests
Yeah.
comes with like a hairdo. And then
I tell you, man.
it's like we gotta try and
We gotta try and we're gonna try and get in ears.
Yeah.
How's that?
Perfect.
Not to spoil the hairdo, man.
because look at it.
Listen, when I was still young, starting out singing, Pastor Lester didn't know me with a hairdo. It was a bless.
Right.
So over the years, we started creating something.
It's
You know what
coming,
I'm
it's
saying?
coming,
Yeah.
it's coming.
No,
No,
the artist
that's
started
great.
coming out.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Like we said, we interviewing Malcolm, and you're gonna hear a lot of stories and his journey on this beautiful thing called life. You know, his journey in the music industry and how he's been used. He's both. He was in church all his life, I think, and growing up in church and so forth. But you're gonna hear it from him. Mel, how have you been doing?
Under the circumstances and looking at where we come from, it's been hectic.
Right.
Because look, I don't only do music.
Yeah.
I actually work in the private sector full time, 8 to
Okay.
5.
Right.
So, for the period that everybody's been going through a lot, we've been out there keeping the economy running.
Right. Thank you, man.
So that's where most of my focus was.
Okay.
At the moment, with everything that's been happening, because
Right.
we weren't able to do church, we weren't able to do music the way that we
Yes.
would have loved to have done music. So
Entertainment as well.
yeah. So that's where my focus has been. I've just been at work grinding, just doing that for now.
Beautiful. Jay, before we go on, we need a segment which is called
The warm up.
the warm-up segment.
The warm-up.
So we've been learning about the vocal fry, and we've been learning about the and we want something else from Malcolm. How's
Yeah.
that? We need a warm-up from you.
Okay.
A vocal warm-up,
All
right?
right.
But guys, I just need to alert you on this. this guy sings very, very high, right? So Mel, it's Friday morning, bro. You have to just cool it down for us, okay? Don't be too hectic on us, all right?
Let me see if I remember any of these vocal
Okay, let's
stuff.
go.
See.
Let's go.
Me, mama, moo.
Oh God, let's go. Me, mama, moo. Yeah, okay.
Can we just take the note up a
Okay,
little bit?
okay,
You have to
let's
make
hear,
sure that
let's hear.
it's- Me, mama, moo.
Me, mama, moo.
There we go.
Okay.
Me, mama, moo.
This guy starts there. Okay, but anyway, let's go. Let's go.
Me, mama, moo.
Me, mama, moo.
There we go. Listen
Yeah,
to
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
Listen
Come
to
on.
that.
Jay, let me hear you.
So is that like the start? Are we going higher?
No, we won't take it higher.
We won't.
Yeah, no, Pastor Les says it's Friday, so yeah.
Yeah, it's Friday, man, Jay, man. So is that one of your favorite things to do before you
Yes.
take the stage?
Well, I also like to do.
What does that do for you, Mel?
Just relaxes, opens everything.
Yeah, okay. You know, I asked who was with us last. Was it who was last week with us? It wasn't Tracy. It was, who was it? Lois.
Lois,
It was
yeah,
Lois.
it was Lois.
So Lo, I asked her now, if you can't say how do you do that? Mel,
Pastor, let's not even go there.
you cannot do that.
Yo, man, I want to get your highest Mimi Mama.
Your highest Mimi Mama on a Friday
On a Friday
morning.
morning.
On a Friday
That
morning.
early.
What's your highest Mimi Mama?
Mama.
Yesterday. Nah, Jay, I'm not gonna try.
I'm not
it.
going to try that as well.
Nah, let me just leave it. Let me just leave it. Well, thank you so much. We're gonna get right into this interview.
Awesome.
Malcolm Manuel. Where did this all start, Mel?
So
Who is Malcolm?
a lot of people are still surprised when I say to them, Malcolm Manuel's born in Lenasia.
Yeah. Come on, man.
People say,
Give it up for Lance.
Community cup. I'm like, nope. So born in Lenasia. And I think for me, this entire journey started from a very young age. So mom and dad loved music. Mom and dad loved music a lot. And they always influenced us to go to church.
Right.
And there we were always singing. So one of the most amazing things that my dad used to do was play guitar.
Okay.
And you know, at home with friends, all of that, they'd be guitar playing, all of this, and he'd say, "My lighties can sing."
Okay.
And it would be a thing of where, you know, then back in the day growing up, you'd sing the stuff that they were singing and
Right.
and try to hook up onto that. And I think with that, you know, my mom and them realized that, you know, there's a gift here. There's
Yes.
something happening here.
Yes.
So at the very tender age of 12, there was a competition that was taking place. It was called Stairway to the Stars.
Stairway to the Stars. This is at the age of 12.
This is at the age of 12.
Was this a television show?
This was on the old that we knew Bob TV.
Mel, you old, my bro. Mel,
Bob TV.
No, Pastor Les, not
Mel,
that
you
old.
old.
Not that old.
Bob TV. Come on now.
Come on now.
And that time it was Lucas Mangope, ne?
Correct.
Yes.
So my mom decided, you know what? This is a great opportunity. Let's try it. We went for an audition that took place in Carlton Center.
Right.
Auditioned for then Melanie's son.
Where?
Carlton Center.
There's some people that don't know where's Carlton
In
Center.
Josie Central. In Josie Central.
Okay.
Went to Carlton Center. Auditioned for Melanie's son and Bob Mabena then.
Melanie's son. I forgot about
Right.
that. Okay.
Bob Mabena.
The legendary Bob Mabena, right.
And at that time growing up, my all-time favorite artist, because I grew up on her LPs, was Whitney. You know.
Oh, man.
And there I was, this little 12-year-old skinny man. I mean, yes. And I'm like, and I'm saying to my mother, this is my first experience. I don't even know what's going to happen. And my mother says, just go and sing for them. You just need to sing a snippet, and then done. We'll see if you make it, because we'll give you a call back.
Yeah.
Fantastic went in there. Sang one of my favorite Whitney songs then when I was growing up, which was Miracle. Nothing should matter, for nothing should matter. Not when love grows inside you. A voice of love There's a miracle in store.
Oh my God.
Left it there.
That's a miracle.
Come on.
Can you feel it? Jay. Jay.
It's when people speak about Malcolm, within the office and so forth, we're like, yo, we're having Malcolm on the show, and they're like, which Malcolm? Whitney Malcolm.
Yeah.
And then automatically you know.
Yeah, you automatically
I'm still gonna tell you that story. Where that Whitney story comes from.
Okay. Right. So there,
and there we were. We've done this audition, and then they say to us, "Look, there'll be a call back in a week to let you know whether you're going to the final show now."
Look, there's no cell phones that time.
Nothing. So they're calling a landline.
They're calling a landline.
A landline, correct.
I'm thinking of one of Whitney's songs. Call me on the phone. Okay, let's go.
A week later, myself, my mom, my dad, we all stressed, the family, the siblings, all that. Have we heard anything? Nothing. Call back comes. You've made it to the final show.
Wow.
Best experience that ever happens to me. First time flying. So now we're going to what was then called Boputa Tswana.
So you flying to Mabatu.
There we go.
Mafikeng.
And we're staying in the Malopo Sun.
Ay man, thank you.
At 12. And there we're on a show where the judge is Yvonne Chaka Chaka. And I'm in that solo category, still doing my same Whitney Miracle song because I'm saying that's my song.
That's your song, right?
And then I end up winning that solo category at the.
Did you win that?
Hey,
come on, Mel.
And there was Bob TV doing the thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, then we're still recording with videotapes, and it's an exciting thing that's happening, and that's where it all started.
Wow.
And ever since then, it had just been growing in terms of doing it and church, and competitions, and then we at the Jam Ellies, we at the Idols, we on Felicia.
Yeah. So before we get there, we're gonna go there, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna go there. So Mel, has your range always been there? Because I tend to get you singing a female range
all the time.
Yep. And it's like, how does this guy do it?
It's
a natural thing. Obviously.
It's a natural thing.
Yeah.
And look, a lot of the times people want you to find your own sound. And I'd always say to the guys, look, this is where the range is at.
Yes.
I can go low, but not as low as what you want me to go at times.
But look, your range is quite. It's a broad range. Let me put it that way. That you can go low.
Yep.
And you've got this extremely high range.
Yeah, on
but
that's
not screaming. It's so clear. It's so clear. I remember we had a conference once, right? And there was an international speaker. I'll never forget. Dr. Guns was here, right? And then what happened is, I asked Mel to do a song. So we did. He done a Whitney song. I look to you. I look to you, right?
Right.
And after the song, I tell you, the place was messed because every time when this guy sings afterwards, the after effects, you can't get the people right, So the place was in disarray, and then Dr. Guns had to come up. He came up and he mentioned these words. He says, you know what? This is now at the end, I look to you, the end of Whitney's career and so forth, with all the drama that happened to her and so forth. And he says, if Whitney ever sings that song again, I'll slap her upside the head. He says, this guy must sing that song.
Sheesh.
That's the impact that he had. And you know what? I felt that, man. I really felt that. And that's why I'm saying Malcolm's range is just incredible. If you ever want to listen to somebody, and we'll get to that later because he's just made a release, right? You must listen to this guy. This guy is just awesome. So before we continue with this great journey, and before I forget, Jay, you on.
I'm on for the segment. We good to
go?
Yes, we're good to go. So right about now, we're about to play Complete the Lyric.
Oh,
okay.
Complete the Lyric.
Complete the lyric.
Let me just get this real quick. So there's obviously pieces of the lyric within this box, pieces of paper with lyrics on, and with the artist's name as well. And then you'll have to sing that piece of lyric and complete what comes after, of course.
So we're going to show the audience what we've picked, right? And then we have to sing the lyric and then complete it.
Oh.
Okay.
And we got 10 seconds. And Malcolm?
So our guest is first, man.
Am I going
to
first?
be honest.
Yeah, our guest is first. Let's go. Show the audience. We're counting down. We're counting down.
Can I
Mel.
choose another one? Because this
No,
one...
no, no, Mel. Just go. You chose that one.
Okay, here we
Show
go.
them. Show them.
Okay. I think I remember this one.
Starts now.
In my life, there's been heartache and pain. Oh, do I carry
Yeah,
on?
go on.
I don't know if I can face it again.
Yeah.
Can't stop now. I've traveled so far
On a Friday morning.
to change this lonely life.
Hey, man. Thank you, Mel.
Go.
Beautiful.
Just that pause.
I
Go.
wanna know what love is.
I can't fall in there, Jay. That's too high for me. Okay, let me go.
The pressure on a Friday
Hey.
morning.
It shows you what you...
Aye, man, I know this one, Mosque.
Okay, and your 10 seconds starts now.
I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow.
Yes.
If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe. No matter what they take from me,
Come on.
they can't take away my dignity. You go. Because
It's all
the
yours.
greatest.
all
Yeah,
yours.
man.
It's all yours.
Jay, I got a point
Yes.
there, bro.
Yes.
I got a point, bro.
I love that one. Love that one.
Let's go, Jay.
You got any rap songs in here? Is there a rap song? Okay. Sekaranda baya, sekondo boriondos.
Jay's in prayer.
Jay.
Is there that like rewind thingy that?
No,
that
there's
again?
no rewind. Jay. Turn it there. Show them. Show them, bro.
This is actually a rap song, but what song is
Show
this?
them there.
Your 10 seconds starts now.
Oh yeah. Do you love me? I tell her only party. I only live my mom and my daddy. I'm sorry.
No, that's not how the
What?
lyric goes.
That's not how the lyric goes.
What?
He's
Yeah,
lost
do
the
you-
point. He's lost it.
Sing it
He's
again.
Yo,
lost
I
it.
got it right, bro.
Sing it again, let's hear.
No. He's got it wrong.
But she said, "Do you love me?" I tell her only partly. I only love my bed and my mama. I'm sorry.
Said that my dad, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
bed.
sorry. No.
My
Wow.
The
Wow.
first time I said
Said
my.
that my dad.
Sorry, Jay. Another round.
Hey, are we doing another round?
Another round. Another round.
Yeah.
No, it was
Jay, sorry, my bro. You gotta say I'm sorry.
My bad.
Sorry.
Guys, I honestly don't know this Bruno Mars song.
What song's that?
And your 10 seconds starts now.
Oh my word. I don't know
Like
Bruno
1, 2,
Mars,
and
bro.
3, and I'll be there.
Let's check it.
Okay, your
You
10
can count
seconds
like
starts.
1, 2.
Go, Jay.
Nah, I don't know that song.
Give
Me
it,
too.
give it over to Jay.
Jay,
What's that, Jay?
I know the song, but I
Jay,
don't know
I'm
what
gonna
comes
guess it's yours.
after.
I got.
You can count on me like 1, 2, 3.
And then go on.
Nah, he doesn't know.
I only know that part.
Listen,
Jay can only count till 3.
that Bruno Mars killed me.
Let me see. Yes.
Okay, and your 10 seconds starts now.
I can see all obstacles in my way.
Yeah.
Gone are the dark clouds that had me bound.
Come on now.
It's gonna be a bright
Bright and
sunshiny
sunshiny
day.
day.
Yay, man!
Come on.
Thank you, man.
Yes.
There's nothing left for you,
There's
Jay.
nothing left.
Okay, I'm gonna have to not give you that point.
What?
You said, gone are the dark clouds that had me bound.
Blind.
Did you say blind?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well done, the uncle wins.
Yeah, man. I win this round. Thank you, Jay. I beat you, my
Yeah.
bro.
That was awesome.
Jay, I beat you.
Come on.
Yeah.
Been a while.
So thank you so much. I'm ahead of Jay now again with our count. Thank you so much, Jay.
That 1 point for singing Bruno Mars.
And no, shame, yeah. Okay, let's give him that point. And then Mel, I don't know. Mel doesn't know Bruno Mars.
I know Bruno Mars, but that
You-
Bruno Mars song
you don't know.
got me.
Ah.
Yeah, no, that one got me
Unlucky.
off.
Mel, we now at Bob TV. You won that competition and so forth. You also went for Idols audition. Tell me about that experience.
Yes. So back in the day, the application form was in the U magazine of the Huisgenoot.
Right. What year is this now?
This is 2002.
Okay.
And then you complete that application form in the U magazine. And this no weer my ma.
Okay.
Completing this application, sending it off to Idols.
Right.
And then this is now the very first year. It's hyped up. It's exciting. We get to Gold Reef City. We're standing with thousands of people in these queues. And you go through a very rigorous process. So you go for pre-auditions in these small rooms.
Okay, that they don't air that. Okay.
So you have all these little auditions that you need to go for, and then only like 2 weeks later you meet with the judges when they decide, okay, you're fit enough to actually be able to meet with the judges.
Right.
And there we are at this audition. And then they say, look, you've made it into so then it was top 100.
Yeah.
From top 100, it was top 50. And in that top 50, we were split into 5 in a group that sang on TV. Okay. So myself and Liesel were in one group.
Right.
At Idols.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't make it further than the top 50 that we were in.
Okay.
But that was also an exciting journey because we then picked up something after Idols, and we were very much involved in the talent evenings.
Yes.
That took place from there.
Yes.
And that was our next step in terms of what we were running and
so
doing.
tell us about those talent evenings. How did that come to be? You talking about talent evenings in Eldorado Park?
Correct, at PPC.
Right.
Yes. Liesel still said, you know what, we've been doing these talent evenings, and it's something that they want to make a little bit bigger in terms of where it was.
Yes.
And she says to me, myself and you are going to sing at that talent evening.
Yes.
And that's the very first time we sang Yolanda Adams Still I Rise.
Yes.
And that was our hit for a very long time.
But there was another hit, Mel. There was another hit that you guys used to do always. It was yourself, Liesel, and Valeska. What was that song again?
It was Stand Up for Love, Destiny's Child.
Yeah. Just so little, man. Just so little, please,
There
Mel.
are times I find it hard to sleep at night. We are living through such troubled times, and every child that reaches out for someone to hold, for one moment they become my own. And that was a song that we
you know Malcolm, I can't help but say this. Your acapella actually sounds like a song.
My bro. It sounds like it's music behind it.
Music in
But I need to know the chorus, man, because I like it, man. Please, man. Mel, I was waiting for the chorus.
Were you waiting for the chorus?
Yes, man.
On a Friday morning, all this pressure past the list.
Come on,
we didn't
Mel,
even
man.
do much vocal warm up.
Mel, I can give you a mic in the middle of a night.
And I believe that in my life I will see. Oh yeah, an end to hopelessness or giving up on suffering. If we all stand together this one time, then no one will get left behind. Stand up for life. Stand up for life.
Stand up for life, man. Yes, and for love.
and at this moment in time, if you out there and you want to give your heart to the Lord,
hallelujah.
wherever you're watching,
give your heart to Jesus.
Gents, I tell you, man.
The pressure.
Mel, did you hear the falsetto on a Friday morning so early?
Your heart.
My goodness. Mel, you're just such a blessing. You a gift from above.
Thank you so
much. You a
much.
gift from above. You really a gift from above. Mel, so you entered Idols, that whole journey there. What experience did that bring to you in terms of confidence? Didn't you lose some confidence, or what would you say? Because now you can sing. You know what I'm saying. But then now you don't even make it to the top 50. Or
no,
you made 50.
We make
but
50,
after that, you
after
you
that
out.
we don't get to top 10.
I mean,
It
the likes
goes
of
from-
Malcolm and Liesel.
Yep.
Yep.
Mate, I don't understand it.
We were with
Okay.
Bianca as well in that very same year.
Woof.
So Bianca was with us that very, very same year,
Right.
and she was the one that made it to the top 10.
Okay.
And we actually went to those live shows actually to go and support.
Beautiful, man.
And motivate and encourage her, because we all got so close at the time, because we stayed for like an entire week in Golden
Right,
City.
right.
And you went through these rigorous auditions
Yeah.
every single day to actually get to the top 50 before you were actually recording for TV.
So what did you get out of that?
So, and I think for me that very first year experience
Yeah.
was a fantastic experience.
Okay.
Yes, I think you'd probably feel like you were not good enough, blah, those kind of things. You
Yeah.
go through those emotions, but the experience that we had, because everybody was on board that first year. So you had dancing experience with Somizi.
Right.
You had
Oh, yes.
you had some musical stuff that they were doing with you.
Yes.
They taught you from a business aspect how to
Wow.
engage,
Wow.
how to sit, how to do an interview,
Wow.
what to say, what not to say. So there was a lot of other things in the background that actually
Yes,
built you
yes,
much more.
yeah.
So even when you felt like, okay, we didn't make it from a voting aspect, because people have who they love and who they like at that specific point in time, but what they've given you to be able to go away with as an artist gave you a lot of confidence to be able to say, you know what, when I walk into a room now, I know exactly how to handle and
Yes.
address myself.
Okay.
So in the background, there was a lot that they were doing to actually build you
Build
up
you.
as an artist, which was fantastic that first year. So even though you felt like, okay, we didn't make it, blah, 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 voting didn't happen, you still had
learned
something
a
that you walked
Yes.
away with.
Yeah.
So kudos to Idols,
To Idols.
and
Yes.
so Missy and the guys Randall, and thank you so much for doing that, because it built your self-esteem.
Yes,
You
for sure.
understood what you need to understand when it comes to the music industry. Beautiful. And then your journey continued from there.
And then I did a very small competition. It was called Crux Gospel Star.
Crux, I remember Crux.
Yes.
That was with ATTV.
Correct.
They used to shoot that. Yes.
Yeah.
Andrew Tum.
So let me even tell
Yes.
you, from the audition process and in terms of the voting, I didn't even make it in.
Okay.
I was then a wild card that they selected to go back in as a top 7. So there was
Okay.
actually supposed to have been top 6.
And this was age?
I think I was about 23 then.
23.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I was the wild card that then got into the show, and then ended up being the runner up as
Of
the wild
that-
card.
of that
Correct. So
competition.
Verona Pillay.
I know Verona. Yes.
We also know
yes.
Verona. Shout out
Yes.
Verona. So
Yes.
Verona Pillay was the person that we were the last two. And she was actually the person that actually won
That
the
won.
competition.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was a gospel competition, right?
Also gospel. Yes.
A gospel competition. Okay, Crux. I remember Crux. Yes. And then you went from there. There was a big show on television
Right.
called
I want to sing gospel.
I want to sing gospel.
That's a
with Lindelani.
Correct.
And them those guys,
Yes.
right? So how did that show go?
So at the time when I finished Crux, I hadn't sung in a while.
Okay, why would that be?
I went through like I think that for me was my very first disappointment in terms of what had happened with a competition. I was like literally devastated, because there I worked, I pushed, I was the
Right.
wild card. I wasn't even considered for the show at that point in time, and I worked and pushed every single week, and people were behind you, supporting you, all of
Yeah.
that. And at the end, this whole thing just falls apart. And then for a whole while, I hadn't sung.
Okay.
And a friend of mine said to me, "Listen, there's another gospel competition that's come up. Why don't you enter?" And I said, "Guys, I'm done
with competitions.
getting approval from people in terms
Yes.
of what I'm able to do.
Yes.
Like I know that I can sing. I'm
Yes.
not arrogant about it.
Yes.
But I'm just done getting people's approval of saying, okay, yes, no, you're good enough to be able to go on, or no, you're not good enough to be able to move on.
Okay.
And they said to me, just give it a try. Just give it a try and just go and see. And I said, okay, cool. Let's do this. And then went into the competition. Lo and behold, so I actually auditioned for Lindelani and for Rebecca on my first audition.
Yes, Dr. Rebecca.
There you go. And there was Blessed Assurance. Jesus is mine. Yeah. And we just had a good time in that audition. And I just thought to myself, man, this is still what I want to do, Lord.
Yeah.
You know, this is still what I love. This is still what I want to do. Yes, I know it's competition, but this is still something that I'd love to do.
But then obviously with winning this competition would give you a big boost.
Do you know what I'm saying?
In the gospel industry,
yes.
You know what I'm saying? In South Africa.
Yes.
A recording contract.
There you go.
And so forth.
There you go. And I mean, it opens up a lot because, look, you actually screening this on a channel that everybody has access to. It's on SABC.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And everybody has access to this channel. And there you are. And even in the process of the competition, it was very difficult because a lot of the times they want you to sing the vernac that speaks to the majority.
Okay.
And that was the difficulty for me because I come from an English Afrikaans background.
Yes.
That's the music that I sing, and I'm saying to them, the music that I want to sing needs to relate to the people that also know me.
Yes.
And that was very important for me. So I was fighting and pushing that agenda in terms of saying, because all of the music and the songs that I was singing, they were like, okay, they even in their comments would say, at some point in time, we're looking forward to hearing you sing vernac. And I'm saying it's not my vernac. It's not that I'm saying I'm not South African, but that's not my vernac. What I'm giving you is who I am.
Yes.
Yes. And just coming back to that, there was one of the weeks that we had a show, and I said to them, it's fine, I will sing your vernac. But the next week there was a show coming up, and I said, I'm definitely going to sing something that's going to speak to people that know me.
Okay.
And lo and behold, that week I'm singing somebody's song that I'm sitting next to here, and there I am on stage singing, "Yes, my hey."
Yeah, man. Hey. Is that true, Mel?
That's true.
Wow.
It just shows how much you've watched.
Hey, sorry, man. You know what? You know what, Mel? Let me just tell you this. I support local, right?
Yes.
I support local. Yeah. And I was supporting you all the way.
For sure.
Right. It's that very narrative that I had a problem with.
Yes.
That why must I sing something that's not true to me?
That's not my vernac. Correct.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I'm forced to do that because of majority.
Right.
But there's a minority that's looking forward for me to sing.
For sure.
To sing to them as well. Because we're all South African. You know what I'm saying? And I think there's a stigma being placed on, if I might just say, on Afrikaans.
Yes.
We sing Afrikaans. And that's who we are.
Yes.
And we sing English.
Yes.
And then as much as you respect your vernac, respect my vernac.
Too.
Respect
Correct.
mine too. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And I think there's where South African music, I mean, I'm just putting it out there. It's difficult for us to put our stuff on national television or whatever.
Right.
Because of the language.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's so unfair.
Yep.
That is so unfair.
For sure.
Because if you put on any gospel station now, it's mostly vernac in terms of the African languages.
Right.
But we also an African language.
Yep.
You know what
For
I'm
sure.
saying? And there's people that listen to us.
Yes.
So you sang that song.
So yes, so I actually medleyed that song with Vrou van Samaria.
Hey man.
Hear me a biggie
Yes.
butter.
Yes.
And there I was on stage, and amazingly enough, so you run pre-show. We were running pre-show. After pre-show, we go to lunch.
Right.
And I walk out, and there's the guys that actually they're sitting where they do all of the TV stuff.
Okay.
And one of the ladies comes to me, a white lady, surprisingly enough, and she says to me, "Dankie vir die eerste keer voel ek like het ek behoort."
Wow.
In terme van wat nou net gebeur het, you know?
Wow.
And then I thought to myself, there are people that also want to listen to things that speak to them directly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And they also want to catch God on a language that they
Definitely.
understand. And for me, that night show was actually the best show, because even singing "Yes, my hail," people didn't understand what I was singing.
Right.
But the worship that happened, even with the guys that don't even understand the vernac,
Yes.
I was like, okay, and you fought with me a lot of the time to say, you need to sing our vernac. But here is people receiving my vernac, but not even understanding what I'm singing about, but just worshiping.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And for me, that was phenomenal that night. That was my best show that night.
Wow.
So, Mel, I just want to track back a little bit because you got to a stage where you actually stopped.
Yep.
You know, you stopped this journey, stopped singing. What was that process like? And obviously someone might be listening, probably going through the same, through the same, you know.
That maybe entered a competition and there was disappointment. Well. Yeah.
You know, at that point in time, you don't even wanna sing a note. So, look, for me, I was working, right. And I pumped all of my energy into that. And I would meet people all the time, and people would say to me, "Why have you stopped the gift?
Yes.
And why have you stopped the gifter from working the gift?" And I'd say to them, you know what? Right now, I'm not interested in it. I'll see at some other point in time and see what happens with it. And there was a lot of people that would come up and say, you can't stop doing what you're doing based on the fact that you were looking for man's approval. God has given you something that's amazing.
Yes.
How do you every single day look at yourself and walk away from knowing that God has given you this amazing gift?
Exactly.
And somebody actually even said to me, he'll take it away if you don't want it. And he'll give it to somebody else.
Right.
So you need to decide exactly what you're going to do with this. And then I had to make a decision to say, you know what? If I'm going to be running for man's approval all the time, I'm going to fail hopelessly.
Yes.
Yeah. So I need to get to a place of where I need to mature and say to myself, you know what? The only approval that I need is his.
Yes.
And even if you do competitions or even if you do stuff, it's not a direct reflection on who you are, because if we look at what social is about.
Yes,
social is about today they love you, tomorrow they totally hate you.
Yes.
They don't even want to see you tomorrow. You know? So you have to get to the place of understanding that this is the caliber of people that we're dealing with. But if you've got an approval and that approval, then when you sing, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
And I got to that place of saying, you know what? I'm gonna do this despite of.
Yes.
Despite of everything that's happening, I'm still gonna do this. It's okay.
Wow. And with that whole journey of I want to sing gospel, I mean, we were all, you know, if you look at the communities, the South communities, the West Rand, as far as the East Rand, you know, Eden Park, all those places, they were all rooting for you. And how does that feel, man? How does that feel?
But before,
support.
Before I even get to that, what was even more exciting with this whole journey was every single Tuesday, guys had to make bookings to actually be in the studio audience.
Okay,
right?
okay.
And they had even called me to say to me, listen, you need to tell your people to stop hounding us, because and Lester Lynch belongs to this church.
Yes.
Between Lester Lynch, L'Oreal, my sister Melanie, my family, all of them.
Yes.
They would have seats and booking of people already lined up and ready. They actually, you know, the show called me. They had a conversation with me and said to me, listen, you need to tell your people to stop hounding us, because we only have that limited amount of space.
Wow.
But also coming back to this was the ministry and the church that I received my biggest support from.
Okay.
Because I had remembered.
Is this now Crystal Church?
Yes, this is Crystal.
Right.
We're talking about Crystal. We're talking about this house. I remembered we had an issue in the show of where we were leading up to top 3.
Yeah.
And everybody's snippets was these phenomenal snippets. My snippet was literally, I think it was about 15 seconds.
Okay.
So this is some of the stuff I went through, but I had to be as mature as possible about everything.
So mentally, you have to be tough, emotionally tough.
All the time.
Right.
And the peeps made a big noise about it to say, we've seen snippets, but the snippets that you're giving him is nothing compared to what you actually driving with the other 2 guys that's in the competition.
Right.
And one of my last snippets was recorded at this church.
Right. Okay.
And I remember the guys saying to me, the same day of the competition of that final, Pastor Jones stood on stage and she said to everybody, take your phones out.
Yeah.
I want you to put in this number.
Yes.
And I want you to vote.
Yes.
And everybody in the church had done that.
Voted, yeah.
And somebody sent that to me and said to me, this is exactly what happened in our morning service.
Wow.
And that for me showed that when people believe in you, it doesn't matter what anybody else tells you.
Yes.
When you walk out from here, you know that there's people that got your back.
And that
it doesn't matter.
That feels awesome.
And that for me is the amazing feeling.
Man.
That for me is the most amazing feeling, is to know that wherever you go, when they see you, they see that heart, and they see that ministry, and they see that music.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter that somebody said to you, you're not good enough. They'll still say to you, boy, you have given us something amazing.
Wow, that's amazing. So you also, besides the music that you're doing and so forth, you also a worship leader, and
Right.
you are you currently at Pastor Cheryl?
That's correct.
Yes.
In Lenasia. Well, look, we've been closed since lockdown.
Yes.
We've had a lot that has happened with us from a ministry aspect. So
Yes.
to share with you, I also went through the whole COVID process. I was in hospital for 7 days last year.
Wow.
So I also had it severe.
Yes.
In terms of what was happening with COVID. And so I was out for a while.
Okay.
From work, from doing anything, because of this whole COVID experience.
Yes.
So we haven't had church for that long period of time. And even in the
Right.
process, we lost some of our good brothers and stuff like that.
Yes.
In the ministry with
Yes.
everything that's been happening. So I've been serving in Lenasia at Pastor Cheryl.
Yes.
It's about 6 years that I've been serving there.
Okay.
It's been amazing. And that was also one of the platforms that Pastor Cheryl as a minister created, to say, you know what, I want you to run with music.
Yes.
And run with the music ministry.
Yes.
She'd have an influence in terms of what she wanted and stuff like that. But she's the individual that was in full support, to say, you know what, child, I've got your back.
Amazing.
Run and do what you need to do for God.
Yes.
As long as you're doing it for Him, and as long as we're in line in terms of what we're doing with the vision and what's happening, run and do it.
I just want to say thank you to all the church leaders, Dr.
Yes.
Carl Hendricks,
Yes.
Pastor Joan, Pastor Cheryl.
Yes.
Pastor
Penican,
Pastor
yes.
Penican,
Oh.
all those,
Pastor Colbert, the late Pastor Colbert,
the late Pastor
your
Colbert,
opportunities
and
open.
the PPC
Yes.
Extension 9, all around. We just want to thank you for the support, and they're always supporting our local
For
talent,
sure.
and we just want to say thank
Thank
you so
you.
much, man. We really appreciate that. So that competition, you didn't win that competition, man.
Nope. And you know what? Somehow or the other, that was the one competition that I walked away from, and I thought to myself, thank you, God, because you've actually elevated me from where I was.
Yeah.
I was a child.
Yes.
My maturity level was very, very low.
Yes.
You've elevated me to understanding that, you know what, this is not just a talent, but this is a gift.
Yes.
And when you have a gift, you gotta share it.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter which platform you're given to share it. Make sure that you share it with excellence.
Ah, beautiful.
And that for me, after walking away from, because that competition was huge, and I thought to myself, I'm gonna have it's gonna be devastating if you don't get to actually winning this thing. And when I walked away from it, I was like, it's all good.
It's all
So
good.
nice that where you sort of like put the perspective in.
For
Because
sure.
previous you lost, you
Yes.
stopped,
Yes.
and now you're back.
Yes.
And you didn't make it, but now the perspective obviously changed that.
For sure.
It's a gift.
Yes.
Maturity level,
Yeah.
as Mel says,
Yes.
it went up and it increased. So at that point, you lost the competition, but you won.
I was good.
Yes,
I was all good, because I even remember, even the evening after the announcement, we still went for dinner, and we still sat and we laughed and we joked, and I was like, yo, can you believe that I'm runner up again for the third time?
Just to put it on record, I was upset. I was totally upset. I was angry for the world because you lost. You never won that competition, and we know we're supposed to win that competition.
Yep.
But anyway,
Yep.
that's how it goes,
For sure.
But I'm just saying, I was upset, Mel.
No, I know.
No, I was really upset.
I know,
Serious.
and there was a lot of people that actually came up to me and said, you know what, we were so certain that you were going to be the person that was going to go all the way.
Yeah.
And I said, it is what it is.
It is what it
is. Because look, sometimes in these things, that they got to cater for. They got to cater for the masses.
Yes.
So if you in the minority actually take it, it's not going to give them the reward that they're looking for.
That's what they think.
That's the honest. That's the honest truth in terms of us doing these big competitions.
Yes.
That is your reality.
Yes.
Because somewhere or the other, there are some things that are fixed.
Yes.
They fix them to make sure that from a publicity kind of aspect. So remember, for me, I was great for them for the competition because the amount of numbers that they were seeing coming through in terms of your voting, your support, all of that was fantastic. So it kept the show alive.
Running. Yes.
And that's not meaning it in arrogance, but if you look at it realistically, even if you look at in the shows and in the stands, the people that were there, majority our people, there was white people in the stands.
Yes.
You know, there was colored people in the stands, there were Indian people in the stands. So it was to make sure that it kept that going for a very, very long time. And you understand that some of these things have to be fixed in terms of how they require it to happen and how the end result needs to happen.
Look, that's we good with that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stop you from having a place in the sun
For sure.
as well, because your steps are ordered.
Yes.
Your steps are ordered.
Oh yes.
Moving from that, Mel, and then last week, was it last week?
Hey, it was last week.
It was last week. This man released a brand new single.
Oh Jesus!
As you look handsome on that thing, you know that.
Like a duck.
So it's called
You Alone.
You Alone.
Yeah.
You Alone. That's the single that you released.
Yes.
Mel, is there an album?
So can I be so honest with you, Pastor Les?
Yes.
I honestly didn't know what I was getting myself into by doing the single.
Okay.
Right? From a financial aspect, all of that, because I did everything out of pocket.
Okay.
I said so initially when I received a song from one of the guys that plays keys in our church. His name is Tabo.
Okay.
He's at Crown Mines. He studied music.
Okay.
And we were together at church. And in May of last year, he sent me like a raw sketch of a song and said, "Look, here's a song for you. I want you to do something with it."
What is it? Did he only send you melody?
Yeah, so it was just a keys melody with lots of strings and everything.
Okay, cool. No lyrics.
No lyrics.
Okay,
no
cool.
nothing.
Yeah.
So in May when I received it, I didn't do anything with it. And then got sick.
Yeah.
And then when I got out of that whole isolation, all of that, I then picked up this song and I said to my good friend Marius, I said, listen, we need to do something with this. So mine and Marius' history is the wife will say to us, "Ek sien julle altyd julle is besig maar julle doen niks." Like she'll find us, we busy recording something and singing and doing, and then she's like, "You guys are so busy doing things, but there's nothing coming out of what you guys are doing."
Right. So it's
Whenever
a challenge.
I see you, that's all that I see you guys doing. And I said to him, you know what? It's time that we need to put something out there.
Yes.
And do this for ourselves, and let's put something out there. So receive the music, and then we were trying to figure it out. We were sitting with a couple of guys, and then we linked up with Gabe. Gabriel Edwards.
Okay, Gabe.
Right.
Yes.
And I said to Gabe, I need somebody that can help me elevate and take this thing further because I want to do something with it.
Right.
And I want to put something out there because that would be my greatest achievement, is to finally get to a stage of saying, you know what, I'm finally able to share something with the world that is personal.
Yes. Yes.
And that means the world to me. And then he linked us up with some guys, sat together, and then I said to him, look, in terms of what I'm sitting with, it's very plain. There's just keys and strings.
Yes.
But we need to bring this thing alive. We need to give it life. We need to give it everything that it needs. And we sat with a friend. His name is Ntsiki, and he took the track and he said to me, let me go and put keys and stuff onto it. Like more raw keys, and then give you an idea in terms of what we can do with this. And literally, Pastor Les, I'm not even lying to you, within 2 months we put this whole thing together. So what he did was, with the whole lockdown issue, he sent everything to the musicians, said, guys, this is what I want you to play in terms of the pieces, bring it back to me, and then I listened to it and said, okay, let me put the lyric in terms of what I want to put in here. Looking at my journey and looking at where I come from, I'll put the lyric onto it. And so this thing just started growing, and I actually got scared because I thought to myself, okay, now all of this is coming out of pocket financially, and it's going to cost me a lot, but I said, you know what? I'm not backing down from doing this thing. And if it means that I'm going to take my last cent to pay to have this thing happening, then I'm going to do that. And there, lo and behold, the song started coming about. And then I started seeing that, you know, the creativity in terms of what's happening with this. And then we sat with Gabe to do the mastering and the mixing.
Yes.
And I said to Gabe, I would love for this thing to be out by end Jan.
Yeah.
You know, my mom's celebrating her 60th. You know, we're still going through a rough time with my dad passing.
Yes.
And I want something that's going to be my family's something that we remember my dad's legacy. We celebrate mom. All of that's happening. And Gabe said to me, listen, I know that you want to push this thing, but we need it to be excellent. It's your very first single. And we need for it to be proper.
First impressions.
Yeah. So we want when people pick it up, they must be able to say, you know what, it was a good product.
Yes.
This was a good product that we've listened to. And so I sat with them and I went through that and I said, cool, I will work on your timelines. And then last week we got to that point where we're saying, all right, it's time to happen. It's time to put it out there. Let's do this. And we were ready to do this.
And so when you advertised that thing, I went on and they said it's available. I went on to Apple Music. I downloaded it, put in my earphones, and I listened to it because I can't listen to it. You can't listen to something that you worked so hard on. Because I'm an engineer myself,
For
know.
sure.
So then you play it from
On
your
the phone. No ways.
Jay,
No ways.
Jay, just
No
over the
ways.
speaker.
No ways.
Doesn't make sense. So put in your headphones or your earphones and listen to it properly, all the elements and stuff. And I must say, Gabe's, kudos to you and all the guys that worked on this, on this song, the single. It's awesome. Mel, it's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
We're
Pastor
proud
Les.
of you. Thank you so much for the gift that you are to the body and to the world.
Yeah,
you know
that
what I'm
makes my
saying?
heart so warm.
And that's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. The lyrics, the music arrangements, the mixing, the mastering. Guys, you did a fantastic job. I really appreciate the work that has been put into this. And it sounds exceptional. The only bad thing about this is now we're expecting an album. We need an album. So you must write now.
Hey, so here we are. We're thinking about writing and look, it's a costly affair. And guys don't know what a costly affair it is to actually put music out. And I think that's why a lot of the guys that are so gifted and talented are not able to do that, because from a financial aspect, it's really, really expensive. But I said to myself, I said, Lord, if you've started me on this journey, there's no way that you can bring me this far and then say to me, okay,
it's true.
This is where it stops and ends.
Nah.
You gotta show up now.
Yes.
You gotta show up and you gotta make this happen.
Yes.
And for me, that is one of the biggest things that I want to get to, is actually having to drop my own album to say this is it in its fullness. And you know, sometimes you sit back and you think, and I was thinking to myself, the guys are probably going, okay, why are you making such a big fuss about the single and blah, blah, blah. And I was saying to Marius that for me, this personal journey and this personal release of this single is my greatest achievement.
Wow.
No competition.
Yes.
No TV show.
It's just you, man.
No, nothing can compare to the fact that for the first time in my life, somebody can pick up something and say, it's Malcolm Manuel.
Yeah.
It's not I want to sing gospel.
Yes.
It's not idols.
No.
It's not crux.
No.
This is Malcolm Manuel. And
beautiful.
that for me is the greatest achievement right
I
now.
want you to take us just through the song story a bit. Did you write the...
So myself and my good friend Marius sat and wrote the lyric together.
Right.
So we were sitting and playing with stuff. And he said to me, he said, this needs to be very personal with where you come from. And I was playing with stuff and playing with words and just thinking about the whole experience that I had in isolation.
Yes.
You know what that does to you, the walls closing in, all of this. There's nobody, you can't speak to nobody.
Yes.
Even when you're speaking to people, it's not the same with having physical touch with people, stuff like that. And you know, that opening of the song, standing here in your presence, with my arms outstretched to you, Lord, I'm here. And that for me was the realization to say that, you know what, God, despite everything that I've experienced, it's only you alone.
Yes.
And we started playing with the lyric, figuring out in terms of the chorus here and there, and then got to a bridge piece and thought, okay, how do we incorporate all of that? Worthy are you, Lord. And for me, what I wanted with the lyric was that it's absolutely nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
It's honor unto God.
Nothing to do with me. Because if you listen to all of the lyric, none of that speaks to
Yes.
it doesn't speak to me.
Yes.
It speaks directly to him and to what he's been to me through this entire process.
What's the chorus there?
You alone, my God, are worthy. You alone deserve the glory. Your love to me is pure and holy. Only you alone. Your love extends through all creation. You alone, my firm foundation. Our God and King, to you we worship. Only you alone. You alone.
Melody. Melody. That sticks with you.
Yes.
And that's a exceptional melody. Simple, not too much.
Yes.
And then the lyrics stick.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So excellent. But then at the end of that song, when I was listening to it, Jay, when the song ends, right at the end, then I said, oh, Malcolm Villas process. He just wants to be, he now just wants to be funny now. You know, just to show that, look, I'm here. That ending, Mel, it's like, wow, this guy is showing off here, man.
You're not the only one that was upset with the ending. I had a colleague of mine, and I said to her, you must give the track a listen. And she listens to the track, and then she says, okay, I thought when you got to the end that you were going to go somewhere else again. And I said, no. I just wanted to leave you there to say to you, we coming back.
Yes, it's true.
We coming
He leaves
back
you like, I'm like, oh, you want to be funny now. You really just want to be funny. But Mel, that's an exceptional achievement, and we're so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
And we want to say, I wanna make a call to everybody out there. Go download the music.
Yes, man.
It's called You Alone by
Malcolm
Manuel. You can get it on Apple, on iTunes, on Spotify, on Google Play, on all the other digital platforms, Deezer.
It's running on YouTube.
YouTube, you know, all those platforms. Just go download the song. You're gonna be blessed. I promise you, you're gonna be blessed. It's fantastic, and we want to say to you out there, thank you so much for your support, everybody.
Yes.
For supporting this great artist. He's really a blessing, a true blessing. And like this says, he's a music sensation.
Exactly.
That's a fact. He's a music sensation. Mel, we want to say thank you so much for coming.
Pastor Les,
and
thank you
it's
for
really
having me.
an honor for AJ to have Mel in the studio.
I see the T as well, Production Live.
Yeah,
okay, so what's that now?
So this is ours.
Just turn to the camera.
This is ours. This is our brand that we started. So we decided, look, we're gonna step out big.
We're gonna go with it.
Yes. And I remember my call that I had with you the other day when you actually phoned me and you said to me, and I said to you, hey, we're trying, Pastor Les, and you said to me, stop saying that you're trying. You're doing this.
You're doing it.
Yes.
Yes.
You're doing this thing.
Yes.
And that for me it struck a nerve to say that yes, we're doing it. So this is something that we've also created, which is Live production.
Okay.
And it's our own. We've registered it.
Wow.
It belongs to us. So everything that we're going to be doing moving forward will be under Live production.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is awesome times,
Yes.
man.
Come on.
We've got some big guns in the studio. Hey, Jay,
Facts, big
I'm telling
facts.
you, man. Thank you so much, Mel. Once again,
Les, thank
we
you.
really appreciate the gift that you have to the world. Sometimes you with Liesel doing some
Yes.
stuff, and with what's the gentleman's name?
Keegan.
Keegs.
Yes.
Keegs, sorry, man.
Yeah.
You, Keegs, and Liesel
Yes.
doing some stuff. I really appreciate. Even in lockdown, you were keeping me entertained.
Hey, we
man,
tried
I
our
just
best,
tuned
yo.
in and you kept me entertained, and all the others out there. And we want to say we're really proud of you.
Thank you so
and
much.
you will go from strength to strength,
Oh, we
and
give
we'll
God
be there
praise.
always to support
I
you.
know that for sure. Thank you so much.
Yes. Jay, any closing remarks there?
No, man, keep on keeping on. I know that God's definitely going to
Yes.
take you from strength to strength, like the OG said, Pastor
Yes.
Le, victory to victory, glory to glory, and
Yes.
it's nowhere but up from here.
Most
Yes.
definitely.
Mel, to someone out there that needs encouragement, just last words.
So I want to leave you with this. I actually sent the song to my mom the day that it was released.
Okay.
Right? Because she'd been seeing everything, and mom is only getting to know
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
happening
yeah,
with
yeah,
phone
yeah.
stuff now.
Okay,
you know?
okay.
Because they weren't clued up with all of these things. And I sent her the song, and I said to her, I said, Mama, this is the song that I'm about to release.
Yeah.
And I said to her, I miss, we used to call him Daddy, which was my dad.
Oh, man,
and I said to him, I miss him so much, and I wish that he was you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's the tissue moment.
Yeah.
And I wish that he was here to experience that with me.
Yes.
But I want to share this with you, and I want you to know that I love you.
Yes.
And when you listen to this, just know that it's my heart. It's what I'm putting into this. And what she sent back to me was, she said, I thank God that you never gave up on your dream.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't stop doing it, my son. I love you.
Oh, man.
And that's what I want to say to somebody. Don't give up on your dream. Lockdown or not.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Oh, Jay, we're ending again on a in your fields.
In your fields.
In your fields on a Friday, Jay. Mel, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Once again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching our broadcast. Please share it with your friends and family. And please press the subscribe button. And go out there and download Malcolm's music. Malcolm Manuel, You Alone, on any digital platform. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you and see you again next week.
Yes.
Ciao.
Yes.